Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Carolina Panthers, but with the new addition of Bryce Young. It's pretty evident now because all fingers are pointing at Bryce Young, especially since CJ Stroud literally got an 18% on his cognitive score. That is bad. I don't think it's exactly called the cognitive score, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That is bad. And people are like, oh, well, that doesn't always necessarily translate to the NFL. It might not, but a lot of scouts look at it as a bad thing. So this is what we got for the team overall. We're about to have Bryce Young at QB. We got Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, who they brought in, DJ Chark, and Laviska Shenault. Not a horrible core, not just a great core, especially since they traded away DJ Moore. But still, the Panthers are cooking with something here. Be thankful that you guys drafted Ikem Ekwonu in last year's draft instead of Malik Willis. So many fingers are pointing at Malik Willis to the Panthers. And then the rest of the offensive line is honestly not bad, especially Bradley Bozeman. He's very underrated. Defensively looking at it, Brian Burns, Shaq Thompson is playing middle linebacker. I did not know that. Frankie Louvu, Yatir Matos. Why is Yatir Matos at outside linebacker? I don't know if I like that. Maybe someone changed this around because I definitely don't like that. We're going to change this back to right defensive end, and then we're going to put Derek Brown back at defensive tackle. I have no idea why this roster has Derek Brown at defensive tackle. It's my rosters, but did someone adjust it and I didn't know anything? Because I'm pretty sure Derek Brown is supposed to be a defensive tackle. But anyways, now that I've got that fixed, everyone else on the roster should be pretty good. JC Horn should have superstar dev. I'm not going to give it to him so that way no one complains. He had an amazing year last year, got snubbed from the Pro Bowl. CJ Henderson, Deontay Jackson, Jeremy Chin, Von Bell, Xavier Woods. I'm going to move Von Bell to free safety since I have Jeremy Chin at strong safety. Von Bell is 28, so he's already going to start regression. So I don't know how long he's going to be here. Maybe I should have made these changes before the video started. But anyways, let's go draft our new quarterback. Also, Hayden Hurst is here. I got to mention that. So Bryce Young is going to have a lot of decent weapons here. So let's go draft them. And with the number one overall pick in the draft, Bryce Young, he is not 6 feet tall. He listed in at 5'10 and a half at the combine. 194 out of Alabama, 91 throw power, great athleticism, hidden development. He's going to be our quarterback. And with my second round pick, I'm picking up center Joe Tittman out of Wisconsin. Hidden development, 6'6", 88 strength. I'm going to move Bradley Bozeman back to guard because I believe he originally played guard for the Ravens. So another great piece for our offensive line. Now, this is the team after the draft. I'm going to take Bradley Bozeman, of course, and move him to left guard, as I said before. Didn't know he was already 28. I thought he was like 26 or something like that. But it's fine. He's going to be our left guard from now. Got a lot of good weapons starting out, more experienced weapons for Bryce Young, DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, Hayden Hurst. And overall, the team, definitely good. Some players might need to be replaced eventually, especially like players like Adam Thielen. Hayden Hurst won't be here too long because I'm pretty sure he was like a 25-year-old rookie. Yeah, he's already 30 now, which is crazy. And defensively, we're looking great overall. May need to replace Von Bell. And Shaq Thompson's kind of getting old. I didn't know they picked up D Ford. I'm going to be real here. I don't know why Brian Burns isn't. Okay, I guess someone keeps messing up my roster. Brian Burns is not playing left outside linebacker. He's playing defensive end. I got to fix this whenever I'm done. Sorry about that to whoever has my roster. But anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, top of the division. Definitely good stuff that we're top of the division. Scouting national focus, though, I think it should be receiver. We do need to get younger there. DJ Chark isn't like old, but he isn't young. Adam Thielen's old. Laviska Shenault probably isn't going to get done. But we lost the Texans, surprisingly. Players ready to negotiate. We're going to have Brian Burns. He doesn't want to be here. Doesn't like the 4-6 defense. Dude, whatever you want, Brian Burns. Same thing with Derek Brown. It's going to be, he wants to be historic champs is what he wants. Shaq Thompson wants a different scheme, okay? And Jeremy Chin, does he want a different scheme? He wants a different market, and he wants to be historic champs. Wow. Nobody just wants to play. Damn. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to change the scheme fit for Brian Burns and Shaq Thompson, so that way they are scheme fits. They immediately just lost interest in the team. Apparently, my left end, which is Brian Burns, my left outside, wow, they're the only two people who don't fit the scheme, bro. Left end and middle linebacker both need to fit the scheme. Not doing 3-4. Going 4-3. Middle linebacker is not up there. Wow, he's literally like one of the only people. So I guess we're going 4-3 under. Whatever Brian Burns wants, he's going to get, dude, because I am not going to overpay for him because I don't think the franchise can afford it. We only have to simulate to the next week to see this. No, I do not. Brian Burns has an interest of being with the team 5 years, and I'll keep that scheme. I'm not going to cheese it. I'll change it to whatever he wants. Derek Brown just doesn't want to be here, but I'm going to pay him handsomely so he does, and he doesn't want to, but I'm going to pay him even more next time. Shaq Thompson wants to be here. I don't like 4 years since he's regressing. Let's actually wait till the end of the season now that I think about it, so that way it's cheaper whenever he lowers his overall from his age. Jeremy Chin just doesn't want to be here, so I'm going to pay him a lot. And he somehow thinks he can find a better offer after I paid him a very friendly deal. Frankie Louvu, I do want back on the team. He doesn't want to play here. He wants no income tax. He wants to be on a good team, and he wants to be close to Washington. 3 things I can't necessarily provide. Not giving him 6 years. I'll give him 4 years. Let's increase the bonus and salary even more. And here he signs on a massive contract, which was an overpay, but he's still a good player. Eddie Pinheiro, don't need. LaVisca, can't negotiate with him yet. Nick Gross-Matos and CJ Henderson are the same deal, and they don't really want to play here. But anyways, let's get into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 11-6 top the division. This division isn't really that tough, so it's not saying much, but we're coming off a loss to the Falcons who finished 10-7. The Commanders have Jacoby Brissett, so you already know they're godly in simulation. Bryce Young is okay, solid rookie season, 22nd best offense, 7th best defense. Comparing it to the rest of the NFL, it's not amazing, but it's good for a rookie year. 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 13 receptions, just too many, but it's honestly not horrible. And a 99 pass rating, so that's solid, I guess, especially for a rookie. Miles Sanders, 15 touchdowns, 4.9 per carry, and 1,300 yards. Good rookie season, not rookie season, good starting season with the Panthers. Hayden Hurst, 109 receptions, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Adam Thielen, 13 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Shaq Thompson with 129 tackles for a loss, 13 for Derek Brown, sacks, 15 for Ryan Burns, and 10 for Frankie Louvu, interceptions, 4 for Dante Jackson and Jeremy Chin. Safeties on the team is 0 defensive touchdowns, is 1 for Dante Jackson. So, let's see what we got here. Against the Commanders, Jacoby Brissett is goated in simulation, so let's see if we can beat him. And we do. Bryce Young gets his first playoff win. That's great, but let's see if we can beat the Falcons, who we lost them in Week 18, which was a big game. But can we beat them? We do. Here to face the 11-6 Cowboys in his rookie season. Can Bryce Young be the first rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl in his rookie season? Let's move into it. Here we are in Arlington, Texas against the Cowboys. 7-0 start for them. 7-7 now. Good job, Bryce Young. 7-10. 14-10. We have the 7th best defense, but only 22nd best offense. So it could go either way here. And also Dak is goated in simulation, but not in real life, obviously. 21-24. And okay, we can still do this. Take the lead, 28-27. I think that's going to be it. That field goal pinned it, 28-30. We're not going to the Super Bowl for his rookie season. Unfortunate, but great rookie season overall. Let's get to the offseason. And the Bills lose their 5th straight Super Bowl as the Cowboys win it with Dak Prescott as the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. And the Packers with Will Levis as the QB. All right. Packers immediately move on from Jordan Love. Waste of a first-round pick. Crazy. But let's see what we got here. Bryce Young is a superstar development. Tommy Tremble, I forgot about. Hayden Hurst gets star dev. Tippmann has star dev as well. That's it for the offense. Defensively, looking into it, Dante Jackson gets superstar dev. And I think that's it. Anyways, it was a very, very good season, especially for a rookie. Let's get to the re-signings. In the NFC South, it looks like Cordero Patterson, Cam Jordan, and Ryan Suckup all retire. No one from the Panthers retires. And let's see the players ready to negotiate. Hopefully, Shaq Thompson, he regressed a little bit. I don't know if this is a cheaper contract, though, necessarily. It's only a 3-year deal now. Increase the salary and the bonus a little bit. Okay, I'm fine with that. Maybe, hopefully he doesn't regress too far. That's pretty good. Derek Brown, gonna give him very player-friendly and just keep increasing the money. He needs to stay. He resigns. Jeremy Chin, exact same thing. He needs to stay on this team. Gonna pay him all the money he wants, even if we overpay. He resigns. Panero, no. LaVisca Chenault. This isn't a bad contract, especially if I spread it out. That's not a bad contract. I'll do that for a slot. It's Hugh Gross-Matos. I'm not gonna pay him that much. Even like this is how much I would have to pay him. I'd have to pay him around $10 million a year. I have Frankie Louvu, who just put up 10 sacks for me, and Brian Burns. I'm not gonna pay him that if he doesn't want to be here. CJ Henderson is good depth, and this is honestly a cheap contract, especially for someone who's a first-round pick. So he resigns, And everyone else here can walk. I am going to immediately move Frankie Louvu down to right end because I believe he is more of an edge rusher, of course, than he is just a coverage outside linebacker. Shaq Thompson may be the same deal as well, but he's out of Washington State. Interesting school. Going to move him down to right end, and that should be that. So let's make sure he is down there. Okay. Anyways, let's move in to free agency with $61 million to spend. After free agency, we got Bryce Young, his new wide receiver 1 superstar, Jerry Jeudy, and a right outside linebacker superstar X Factor, Logan Wilson. And I think 2 huge improvements to the team, but let's move into the draft. And in the 4th round, I'm picking up wide receiver Tevin Woodley out of Harvard, big brain, 89 speed, 6'5", 244 hidden development. He looks great. Here we are going into year 2. Woodley is only a 70 overall, but I'm still going to move him up over DJ Chark. Laviska Shenault's going to be in the slot. I don't know how long Chark's going to be here. Same thing with Adam Thielen. Chark, is he going to be in the slot? Actually, he's going to be second in the slot, so it's fine if I move Tevin Woodley to wide receiver 3 and then Shenault's in the slot with Chark behind him. But this is our offensive line right now. Looks like the left guard that I drafted, yeah, is only 67 overall. That's fine, but Woodley is not a bad receiver. And Marks, I thought it was Banks for a second, is apparently a defensive tackle the CPU picked up. That's good for us. The defense looks great. I just need the offense to develop a little bit more. And other than that, yeah, we really do look good. Bryce Young's an 83 overall. We got him a wide receiver 1 in Jerry Jeudy. So anyways, let's move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark. This time we're 3-4 instead of 4-3, second in the division. I don't know how that's going to go. We have a breakout defensive back in J.C. Horn. I'm pretty sure he already broke out last year. You should have superstar Dev in the next Madden. If he doesn't, I'm throwing hands. And if Madden doesn't fix their offensive tackle blocking, I'm throwing hands. Hate it. Anyways, no one's here for that. What do I want? Outside linebacker, I would say. Sure, I need a left outside linebacker, so maybe that will do. Maybe it would be better to scout middle linebacker than move them to outside linebacker. But for right now, players ready to negotiate. Miles Sanders, yeah, I do want to keep him around. 91 overall. He resigns. J.C. Horn, do want to keep him around if he's cheap. And he resigns. It's not cheap, but still, he's our number 2 DB. He's going to regress since he's 28. So I'm going to slowly just give him 1 year's deal since he especially has an interest in playing with the team. Slowly work down his contract as he ages. And then Austin Corbett, even though he's 28, offensive linemen regress at a different rate. So I'm giving him a 3-year deal. And Von Bell, I'll do 1 year. I'm not doing 3 years. You can walk. Adam Thielen's too old. Bradley Bozeman. This really isn't bad. He's an 80 overall. I'll do a 2-year deal with him. He resigns. And then DJ Chark can walk. Johnny Hecker can walk. Hayden Hurst. You're gonna be like a 76 overall by the end of the season. I have Tommy Tremble behind you. Xavier Woods can walk. Chuba Hubbard can walk. Tommy Tremble is someone I want to resign. He's gonna be cheap and he has an interest in playing with the team. Everyone else here don't have an interest in. So anyways, guys, it's now time to move on to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing 5-12. What? Is there something wrong with the scheme? I'm so confused. What's happening? Multiple zone run, 4-3 under isn't a bad scheme. Should I change it to something else? Base 4-3, 4-3 under, base 4-3. I really don't have much here. 4-6 defense wasn't crazy. Like base 4-3? I don't know what I did wrong. The team just out of nowhere sucked? That doesn't make any logical sense. Okay, stats and awards. Let's see what we got. Bryce Young, better season than last season. 25th best offense, though. Doesn't make sense. Worst defense doesn't make any sense. We lose Yetur Gross-Matos, and the team just crumbles. 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns, 10 receptions, 100 passer rating. That's a great season. Miles Sanders, 9 touchdowns, 4.1 per carry, 1,100 yards. Laviska Shenault, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Adam Thielen, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Shaq Thompson, 166 tackles. Jesus, how is this a bad season? How is this the 32nd? What? And Logan Wilson with 125 tackles for loss, 14 for Brian Burns, sacks 12.5 for Frankie Louvu, 9.5 for Brian Burns, interceptions 5 for Dante Jackson, safeties 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. Why was our team bad? It doesn't make sense. Let's go into the offseason. And the Ravens beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. Derrick Henry with the Ravens wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Panthers. Still questioning on how we just went 5-12. Made no sense. Anyways, let's see what we got for the team upgrades. Offensively, Hayden Hurst gets superstar, but why? I don't even think didn't even get 1,000 yards this season. Woodley only has star dev. I don't know what to say, dude. Shaq Thompson, X Factor after having 166 tackles, which is crazy. Marks only has star dev. That's fine. But I'm so confused on how we're doing this bad. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC South, Adam Thielen and Taylor Lewan both retire. Did Taylor Lewan already retire in real life? I don't know. Anyways, let's see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate. Von Bell, I only want to do a 1-year deal. I'll increase your bonus for you if you want. I'll do this. He resigns on that. That's fine with me. Johnny Hecker, Hayden Hurst can walk. He's already a 77. Xavier Woods. Tommy Tremble is the guy that I want. 5 years, stupid cheap deal. He resigns. And everyone else can walk. Don't care. I'm going to see what we got in defense for free agency because it's stupid that we're ranking last in the NFL. After free agency, we got Greg Newsome to help our secondary because apparently it's the 32nd in the NFL. Rondale Moore to replace Adam Thielen. I might cut DJ Chark and Michael Carter as depth for Miles Sanders. So anyways, let's move into the draft. So I'm going to be trading back from pick number 3 to trade back to pick 18 and get a Jets first round pick next year as well, projected 19 from pick number 3. So I'm going to take this. In the first round, I'm picking up a left outside linebacker, Luke Bradley out of Oregon. He has good athleticism, 6 foot, skills, A zone coverage, A awareness. He's not much of a pass rusher, but I want him to be zone coverage, and he looked good, but apparently no dev. In the third round, we're picking up middle linebacker Ben Orts out of Tennessee, 91 speed, 89 acceleration, blazing fast, 6'2", 228, hidden development. This is the team going into the third season. So much depth at receiver. Honestly, I don't need DJ Chark, and I didn't re-sign him either, actually, now that I see it. Laviska Shenault, Woodley, Rondale Moore. Who's going to be my slot? It's going to be Laviska Shenault. Orts is apparently a defensive end, even though I drafted him as a middle linebacker. That's crazy. And for the rest of the defense, looks pretty good. And Bradley is 74 overall. Unfortunate that he didn't get a dev. We should have no reason why we're not getting in the playoffs. But anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark because we are 5-2 top division. For some reason, we always lose in week 17, 21-17 against the Cardinals. Scouting national focus. We have 2 first-round picks this year because I traded back from the Jets. What do I need? Maybe another defensive tackle to pair with Derek Brown. That would be cool, I guess. I already have receivers. My offensive line is honestly pretty good. But players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here for the third season. We have Ike Ekwonu. I'm going to give him a very player-friendly deal. He needs to stay on this team. I don't care if you want to be here. Matter of fact, you should have a 5th-year option because you were a first-round pick. Since you didn't sign my contract, I'll make a new one for you. This isn't cheating. 5th-year options exist in real life, not in Madden sometimes. Taylor Moton does deserve a legit contract, though. He resigns with the team. Dante Jackson doesn't want to be here anymore. Maybe you should have signed him for a longer term. Sure, stay here for the rest of the rebuild. I'll overpay for it even. Von Bell, I'll do another 1-year deal. That's all I'll do, really. And he re-signs with it. It's fine with me. Everyone else here, Matt Corral, I'm sorry that you never got a chance, but everyone else here is not going to play. So anyways, let's move on to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing top of the division, 12-5, first-round bye. That's what I'm expecting whenever I have a 90 overall team. Our points per game was only 11th, and our passing game is 18th. But our rushing game is going crazy with Michael Carter and Miles Sanders. But Bryce Young, compared to the rest of the NFL, season 8th best offense, though, 1st best defense. I guess that's what matters. Yeah, really not an amazing ratio. 4,500 yards, only 94 pass rating, not great. Miles Sanders, 21 touchdowns, 5.1 per carry, 1,500 yards, great season. Michael Carter getting in 6 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Rondale Moore, 11 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. That was a good signing. Also, who had 0 touchdowns? Tommy Tremble had 0 touchdowns but 900 yards. Crazy. Defensively, Logan Wilson, 103 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 20 for Frankie Louvu. Sacks, 27 for Brian Burns. Holy shit. Frankie Louvu with 18, too. Brian Burns is going to get X Factor. Louvu is probably going to get superstar. Interceptions, 3 for Logan Wilson. Safeties on team is 1 for Frankie Louvu. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Logan Wilson. But anyways, let's see what we got here in the divisional round and see who we're going to play. Hopefully, we can go back to the conference championship. It better not be the Cowboys. It's going to be the Niners. That's pretty hard as well. Let's see if we can beat the Niners to move on to the conference championship in our 3rd season. We do not. 24-17, let's move into the 4th and final season. And the Vikings beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl. The Vikings somehow snag Anthony Richardson. Okay, Lamar Jackson on the Commanders wins league MVP. And the Panthers, Brian Burns wins Defensive Player of the Year with 27 sacks. I hope he wins Defensive Player of the Year for the next 10 years for that. And Miles Sanders gets Superstar Dev. That's nice to see. Looking at it defensively, okay. You're going to tell me he gets Defensive Player of the Year and gets 27 sacks. And you're like, no, he's not going to get a... No, I'm giving him Superstar X Factor. 27 sacks and doesn't get an X Factor. Blow it up your ass, dude. Whatever. Bradley doesn't get upgraded, unfortunately. Orts is only a 76. And yeah, I don't really need anything else. Got great depth here. Von Bell honestly lasted a lot longer in this rebuild than I thought. Frankie Louvu also got Superstar Dev. Let's move in to the re-signings. And Tyrann Mathieu, Demario Davis, Jake Matthews, and Ryan Jensen all retires. That's all really good for us. Those are all really good players. Let's see the re-signings here. Don't know if I'm going to really do anything in free agency, but here, yeah, I don't want to re-sign anyone. So I'm going to hit free agency. If there's nothing there, I'll just skip to the draft. But if there is, I'll sign something and stop the video. So it's the fourth and final season, so I'm trading away my first round pick 16 that I got from the Jets for 91 overall Vita Vea, Superstar X Factor. Huge addition. Our defense is going to be even more stacked now. And I'm now trading away my second round pick for the tight end Dalton Schultz to keep improving our offensive line against the fourth and final season. We're just going to go all out. And finally, I'm trading away pick 28 and pick 92 for the left guard Joe Thuney from the Kansas City Chiefs to completely max out the team. Our team is stacked beyond belief, but now we have no more draft capital, so let's move in to the end of the draft. So this is our stacked team going into the fourth and final season. Joe Thuney has Superstar Dev. Dalton Schultz only has Star Dev. That's fine with me. Got X Factor Vita Vea. We have so many X Factors on defense. Well, actually 4. Frankie Louvu, Dante Jackson has Superstar. Great team. Super happy with what we built. I expect nothing less from this team but the best. 91 overall team. We should easily make it to the playoffs. Let's get into the fourth and final season. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Raiders that could have had us in the first round, first seed. We're 13-4, top of the division. Love to see it. 93 overall team. Stats and awards. Bryce Young balling out. Does he get... I don't think he's going to get MVP because of his passer rating, but it's not a bad one. It's just, really? 10th? CJ Stroud above us with the Texans. 10th best offense in the NFL. Defensively, second. Okay, worse than last season, but still a better record. 4,900 yards, 39 touchdowns, 15 interceptions is too many, and a 103 passer rating. Miles Sanders, 12 touchdowns, not interceptions, and 4.5 average. Laviska Shenault finally stepping up, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 5 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Dalton Schultz, 103 receptions with 1,000 yards. Rondale Moore not really doing too much. Defensively, Shaq Thompson, 115 tackles for a loss, 21 for Brian Burns, sacks 18.5 for Frankie Louvu, 15.5 for Brian Burns, 4 interceptions for Dante Jackson, safeties is 2 for Frankie Louvu, 1 for Brian Burns, 1 for Damian Benjamin. Frankie Louvu is definitely going to get X Factor, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So, we have not won a conference championship yet. I never play in the wild card. Please, let's actually win this. Please, Madden guys, do not screw me over. We do not get screwed over. But I am going to be playing the divisional round because we haven't even won or been to a Super Bowl yet. So, let's move into it. Here we are in Carolina. 3-0 start for the Niners. 3-7 now in the second quarter. Winding down and 3-14. Okay, 3-14 at halftime. Good 2-score lead. Now, it was almost a 1-score lead. Looks like Niners aren't capitalizing the red zone. Yeah, we crushed them. That's that. 3-24. They never even get a touchdown. We're going to be moving on to the conference championship. Here we are in the conference championship to face off against the 10-7, 85 overall Packers. We're on 93 overall. There should be no sweat. Here we are once again in Carolina to face off against the Packers. 14-0, 21-0. Oh my gosh. 7-21. What a start for us. We had a 3-score lead off the rip. 28-10, 13-28 at halftime, and 22-28. I swear to God, if we choke this, I'm going to be pissed, dude. 3-score lead off the rip, 21-0, 28-28. What are you doing, AI? 31-28. We better take this slow, I swear. Okay, 31-28. We almost choked it, but hey, we're in the Super Bowl now. That's what matters against Will Levis. Here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face off against the CJ Stroud Houston Texans, who are an 84 overall. We're in 94 overall. Well, they're an 85 overall. We're in 94 overall. Dalton Schultz gets Superstar Dev. Defensively, Frankie Louvu gets X Factor. Our defense is crazy good. And that's going to be that. So CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. So the number 2 pick versus the number 1 pick. Let's move into it and see what we got. And here we are with the final game of the rebuild. 7-7 starts for both teams. 7-10 in the second quarter, 14-10. Looks like CJ Stroud's taking it on us. This is the battle of who should have been number 1. 17-13 in the third quarter, 17-16. We need to get in the end zone. Come on, 17-19. Come on, let's get in the end zone this time. That's going to be that. 17-19. Didn't need to get in the end zone. And it looks like your number 1 consensus, Bryce Young, was the better choice. He's going to be winning the Super Bowl for the Carolina Panthers. I believe their first ever in history. And that is going to be that for the rebuild. Perfect way to end out the rebuild, facing off against CJ Stroud. And if we lost them, I would have been pissed, dude. We're a 94 overall team against their 85 overall. We should have no problem beating them. But anyways, guys, apart from that, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild next down in the comments below. Some people have been asking for the Cowboys. I really don't do them much because I always have the urge to trade away Dak Prescott. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching once again. Let me know once again which team you'd like me to do next or any type of special video. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.